This is despicable. Fresh blood. The whole building reeks of it. The scent is so strong it makes me dizzy.
Will not betray your trust. Is this first? See, I need a drink. I'm slow. As one shall overcome.
This place reeks of bloodshed.
I had a drink outside tonight on festival. It did not quench my thirst. I must have more.
Oh, dear God. Not again. William, please stop.
Just a sip.
This creature is bedeviled. I must put it down.
Let me go. William was an honorable man. I could have saved him.
Mr. Hampton, are you in there?
I knew him well, another lost soul, a kindred spirit.
Sir, listen to the sound of my voice. I'm a doctor. You're suffering from shock.
I must return to my flock. They'll stray without me.
Remember, certain skulls are every bit as resistant as we are.
Who are you? What do you mean by skull?
You truly are a newborn. I should have realized.
Wait. You are the woman from the bar. Are you like me? Can you help me?
I believe, sir, I already have.
By George and the Saints, you've solved the mystery of these terrible murders. Patience, good fellows, I've come to offer help. Just give me a moment to secure my boat. We can leave this awful place.
William was not the evil man they claimed. He was just taken by the thirst. He needed his drink.
This man requires medical attention. We'll see he gets to the nearest hospital.
No, please, I must tend to my fold. My flock needs me.
There, sir. Go with the good Dr. Swansea. He's resourceful, and I'm sure he'll take good care of you.
You'd best come as well. The sun is soon to rise, and you'll need a place to rest.
I just need a moment. If I can learn something about what has happened to William, I'll be a step closer to understanding what happened to me.
This poor creature can't be my maker. Could it be some subspecies of vampire? I must find a place to analyze the blood.
Where are we headed?
We're on our way to the Pembroke Hospital. It's just across the canal. They'll have a bed for poor Mr. Hampton.
William was... What manner of creature was he?
Predator, prey, villain, and victim. Who can say? The important thing is that he's been stopped.
Duly noted. And the woman? What... Who is she?
What woman?
Oh, don't play me for a fool. You used me to locate that skull. You must know who she is.
And I thought you a gentleman. You shouldn't talk about a lady behind her back, but I will tell you she values her privacy. Were London as peaceful as she appears from the middle of the canal? If only that were the reality of the situation.
To be honest, I've always tried to avoid this part of town.
Pembroke Hospital is the last bastion between the rest of London and the epidemic. The flu has decimated the East End and the war still rages. Welcome to the front lines of a plague.
This is where you work, Dr. Swansea?
I am the administrator of Pembroke Hospital.
I thought you were here in service of your mysterious order, the Brotherhood of...
Of St. Paul's Stone, yes. But first and foremost, I'm a man of science. A physician, like yourself, Dr. Reed.
How do you know who I am?
No need for modesty. You are Dr. Jonathan Reed. A surgeon of some caliber and renown, if I'm not mistaken.
You are correct, sir.
I knew it! I had my suspicions. But when you took the blood sample from the corpse of poor William, I was certain. Dr. Reed. Marvelous.
Have we met?
I attended 3 of your seminars before the war. I have the utmost admiration for your research. And what a turn of fate. England's most esteemed blood specialist returns to London a vampire.
That word, again. From a so-called man of science.
I understand. Traditionally, the role of science is to refute myth, but when myth walks among us, the Brotherhood of St. Paul has dedicated its purpose to their study. There's so much for you to learn.
Of that, you are right.
Well, then let me be blunt. Join my staff at Pembroke Hospital. As a physician. I suspect you'll not find a better post of employment to contemplate your predicament.
This is sudden. I was returning home to see my sickly mother. But alas, that was before contracting this... affliction.
Dr. Reed, take a moment to consider. The post would be for the night shift, providing a good explanation for your absence during daylight hours. You'll be adequately reimbursed, and have a place to hide. I even had the forethought to bring some clean clothes. So, what do you say?
It seems I have little choice, but yours is a generous offer, so I thank you.
Brilliant! Oh, Jonathan, this is one for the book, and the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Dr. Swansea, thank goodness. I was beginning to be concerned.
Worry no more, Nurse Crane, for I bring good news.
Oh, Doctor, what a night. We lost 2 more patients. Nurse Scow said she couldn't take it anymore and resigned.
Yes, well, I'll make a new rota in the morning. In the meantime, find a good bed for Mr. Hampton. Be sure to pay attention to his needs.
Of course, Doctor.
Oh, and Dorothy,
Yes, Doctor?
Dr. Reed here has just returned from the front. He served King and Country and will be joining us here at Pembroke. We're very lucky to have gained a surgeon of his talent, and one so experienced in blood transfusions.
That is good news indeed, Doctor.
Oh, yes. Here at Pembroke, it's not what we have, but what we haven't. It's only thanks to Nurse Crane and the staff that our ship doesn't sink. If you have any questions, just ask her.
Duly noted. Thank you.
Your assistance is required, Dr. Swansea, immediately.
Welcome aboard, Jonathan. We'll catch up after my rounds. Coming, Nurse Crane. I'm coming.
You can do better than that. Nah. It's my turn.
Rotten or pristine, each heart contains the seeds of life. Drink at this river, try it all.
Oh, come on, you bastard. I won't bite.
Sir, please. You've lost too much blood. Calm yourself.
You think I didn't notice? Stop your staring and get me to an hospital, you arse!
Insulting a good Samaritan. Not exactly the way to get rescued.
Alright, sorry. I am in pain here. My guts are spilling out onto the street and you're yabbering on.
Yes. That's a very nasty wound you've got there. Take my word, I am a doctor. Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Name's Clay Cox. I'd appreciate you helping me to a better place, Doc.
Follow me, Mr. Cox. Let me assist you to that better place.
Bring this fading light into the shadows. Dance with him the dance of life and death.
No more. Not tonight. Not like this. I will not take another life.
It is wise for the huntsman to sometimes let his prey go, but no famished hunter can run for long.
leech! A leech!
Doctor, where have you been? I've little time to play hide-and-seek with new staff members, no matter how illustrious they may be.
I found a wounded man by the docks. He answers to the name of Clay Cox. He requires urgent medical attention.
Already making the rounds? That's the Pembroke spirit. I'll ask our porter, Milton, to bring him back immediately.
Thank you, nurse. What can I do for you?
Dr. Swansea insisted we provide you a quiet office. You'll find it on the second floor with your name on the door.
Thank you. Nurse Crane, isn't it?
Yes, Dorothy Crane. Welcome to Pembroke Hospital, Dr. Reed. Your office has been prepared.
I would like to ask a few questions first. What kind of man is Dr. Swansea?
Well, you accepted the job from him. I thought you would have known about your employer.
It's right to assume Dr. Swansea knows far more about me than I do about him.
You'll get to know him soon enough, and better than me. The administrator has better things to do than mix with us.
And Mr. Hampton, the patient we brought in. How does he fare?
I gave him a sedative to help him sleep. Poor thing was in quite a state of shock.
If you could point me in the direction of my room again, nurse.
Second floor of the hospital, left after the stairs. It's the last vacant office at the end of the corridor.
Thank you, Nurse Crane. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. I'm new here.
I've already heard about you, Dr. Reed. I'm Milton Hooks, the ambulance driver for this shithole of a hospital.
That's quite a blunt introduction, Mr. Hooks.
You can call me Milton. I like to speak my mind, Dr. Reed. Perk of the job. Don't judge me, and I won't judge you.
I'm not sure I understand what you're talking about.
Well, I'm no doctor, but I'm pretty sure a gun can't be used as a surgical instrument.
You have a keen eye. I learned to shoot during the war, and have carried one ever since. Old habits die hard.
No need to explain, Dr. Reed. And if you ever need a better gun, remember, I may have something for you.
How is the situation around here?
You want to hear the situation is all right? It's fucking awful. We lack everything, and it's getting worse every day.
Are you really smuggling weapons through the hospital?
And why not? I've already been attacked by patients, you know. And by gang members willing to steal my money.
But you're not defending yourself. You're selling guns to civilians.
You keep people alive your own way, Doctor. I offer them another way to protect their health.
So what do you do exactly in this hospital? Apart from smuggling guns, I mean.
I've been an ambulance driver since... too long, I guess.
Since you're on the front,
It's a complete disaster.
it sounds like
Yesterday I got attacked by...
you left.
Go there yourself if you want.
I'd like to see...
Wise choice, Dr. Reed. Safer here than anywhere else in these days.
Dr. Swansea is right. This place seems perfect to conduct my research. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed, the new surgeon at the Pembroke Hospital. And who are you?
Your name has no meaning to me, mortal. You're nothing but dust blown by the winds of eternity.
I beg your pardon?
What are you begging for, mortal? My clemency? Well, tonight maybe I'm inclined to mercy. You'll never forget the night you met Thelma Howcroft.
You keep calling me mortal. Why is that? And if I'm mortal, what are you?
Well, Dr. Reed, if you must know, I'm a vampire.
Who are you really, Miss Howcroft? I mean, apart from being...
Is that not enough for you?
I'm curious to know who you...
No, it was such a long time ago,
I'm assuming...
It's only a cover.
The star...
I'm not speaking.
I see.
Thank you, mortal.
I'll leave you. It's locked, all right. This must be the place. It's definitely away from prying eyes. Relegated to the shadows. A kingdom of my own. At least I won't be sleeping in a coffin. The flower's dying. It needs water. William Bishop's blood is much more unstable than human blood and shows extensive mutation. But this is not what happened to me. I must keep on searching. The sun is about to rise. I can feel it. I'll continue tomorrow night. I have so much time now. I cannot enter. Scowl voices in the garden. I should investigate. If they were to find somebody. Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor. Still trying to save lives?
I have some good news, Milton.
What? The epidemic's...
I retrieved your wallet.
Well, yeah, Pippa Hawkins is my girl.
Not at all, Milton.
Good. Please, take this money and... Anyway, to remind you to keep your mouth shut. Not every... Bodies as broad my...
What's going on between you and Nurse Hawkins?
Pippa's tired. Tired.
During the...
Maybe you're right.
You do...
Come on, Dr. Reed.
Goodbye, Milton.
It is now or never.
If I'm to stay here until my research is complete, I'd better learn to hide my true nature from the mortals. But what about my thirst for blood?
Come on, I don't have all night.
Yes, Nurse Crane? How can I help you?
I'm so sorry. I know Dr. Swansea wanted you to rest, but we have somewhat of a crisis.
A crisis, you say?
Our supply of antiseptics is nearly depleted. I was hoping there was another box up here, but...
Sorry, there's nothing here.
Some of the patients won't last the night without them. Honestly, sir, I'm beside myself.
I may have a solution. In France, during the war...
However do you mean?
If combined correctly, certain...
The storeroom? Fat chance.
Perhaps I should look there first.
It's the large building behind the hospital. You'll need to go in
The abandoned morgue behind the hospital. A small door at the end of a narrow street.
Giant morgue disguised as a hospital. That's Pembroke nowadays.
Good evening, sir. Can I help you?
Unless you're here.
I'm Dr.
You guessed.
Why do you feel responsible?
I wasn't this fit.
Why lie?
Come on.
Beauty.
Says Mr.
Tell me.
I went with a whore.
Did you start them?
No.
How is your...
Oh, it's...
Can I ask you...
It's the pain.
Can I do anything?
Nurses get...
Who is...
Nobody's...
You don't seem...
My face hurt.
Where we...
Really?
No offense.
You were enough.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Elwood.
Fear and disgust on every street corner. The daily routine.
Good evening, Mr.
Dr. Reed.
What do you mean?
I was not myself in the...
You remained...
Thank you, Doctor.
How do you...
I feel exhausted.
You're in good
Thank you, sir.
What do you...
I manage it.
Why did...
That's a very... Not at all,
Have you...
Not really.
You never...
You're preaching to the...
How did...
I had received a letter.
What?
William wasn't...
You...
I'm just some...
Do you know...
Tom!
People are...
How could it be up?
Who should...
Not read.
What is the...
The situation...
Has the...
Ah, no.
Who...
Since Clay...
Goodbye, Mr. Hampton. We'll talk again later. Good evening, nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
And I'm Dr.
Well...
Pepper. I know...
Yes? Milton.
I have no intent...
The rules say I...
Is he worth the...
Hey.
How would you
It's serious. I wish I...
You must...
Sorry.
How is...
Not well.
Why it...
Milton's not...
Why does Mil...
I don't know.
How long...
Or long enough.
You'd be... Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. It's locked, all right. It's locked. to the infected William Bishop. Must be the same strain. This sickness moves faster than influenza. Balls of Mars, fortifiers. As popular as they are ineffective. But they do contain iron tartrate, and that might prove itself useful. This key will surely grant me access to the basement.
It's locked, all right.
These scowls feed from corpses and the husks of animals. They're not after blood. Mr. Connor's injuries don't match the report. I'd better look into this. It's locked. It's locked, all right. Multiple abrasions. Traces. The chest. A puncture. Signs Tippett has. It's locked. Tippett has made Tippett has... Scowls can be so ferocious. I'm not sure I can defeat them without becoming stronger. To drink blood is so tempting. Sodium hypochlorite. Dangerous to administer, but efficient in the proper dosage.
let you down, my boy.
Finally, you've returned.
Yes, nurse. Duty calls? When the...
Many thanks, Doctor.
You always knew the words to calm the children.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
No, I don't want...
I suppose that...
Yes.
Could you at least...
Mortimer.
How...
So painful.
I'm
Not really.
I see.
Yes, maybe.
How
So painful.
I'll let you...
Don't waste your time with me.
It's my son.
I'm Dr.
I'm Beatrice.
What do you think?
I have had...
Is there something in particular that's bothering you?
Some of the stuff...
What can you...
Not much to say. Yes.
May I...
I'm a teacher.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Come now, we can handle this. I will not let you down, my boy.
Good evening, sir. I'm...
Reed? Yes, I've been informed.
Does my arrival...
Let us just say...
If you have a problem with me, Dr. Ack...
Dr. Swansea has imposed your...
I know we...
Oh.
There is no need for some...
That is...
Since you're...
Let's just say...
Carelessness.
We're here to save lives.
I don't intend to run any radical...
Modern medical...
I don't know what...
I don't question you.
And what exactly...
I served in the war.
Be careful what you...
I only want you to admit you...
This is ridiculous.
You see? That is exactly...
It seems...
I refuse...
We can at least... Thank you for your time. We'll talk later.
You...
Good evening.
I don't know.
I see.
I'm Harvey.
Tell me...
I'm just a...
I was more...
I'm a cop.
Are you...
Well...
I won't...
Are you sure you...
In other Tell me...
Strickland...
What do you mean?
I often...
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Oh, sweet girl. Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
It's locked.
This hospital seems to be falling apart. But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit
As for
of the
me,
doubt.
what a blundering idiot.
Surely I can...
Good evening, nurse.
Dr. Swansea has already...
Did he really?
All members of...
I see.
You must
How are...
not...
Do you think...
We are all... Sorry, Doctor.
I'm not familiar.
Brilliant perfect...
Most of...
It would be in...
Is there...
Well...
Why should his...
I guess it's...
Nurse...
No.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance. Good evening, sir.
So it is true.
Do we know each other?
Actually, yes. We met
Dr. Tippett. Yes, I remember.
He was also very...
What is
this hospital?
It's more...
Don't be...
What can...
Some are rip...
Tell me...
Nurse...
You really seem to admire...
I'll go even...
Any opinion about...
I don't always agree with...
Ah, yes.
Don't get me wrong.
You're exhausting yourself, Corcoran.
No. We must...
Nurse Brannigan is...
She should not have...
You don't have to blame her.
I'm not that kind of...
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett.
Safer here than anywhere else in here.
Good evening, Milton.
Good evening, Doctor.
Why do you have such a media...
Fuck them. No, but...
I know, it's a difficult...
I've seen, babe.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly.
Goodbye, Milton. I cannot enter. Good evening, Doctor.
Dr. Reed. I am throw-stricken.
What do you think of Doctor...
It's a shame he's so narrow-minded.
With the influence...
I believe that it's...
So you believe it's...
Dr.
Please, could you...
I'm a great...
What made...
I'm not ashamed...
Of
course, sir.
What made you...
I'm not ashamed to admit...
I'll give you some...
Of course, sir.
I beg...
I'd rather not...
As long as you're cautious.
You're not the first...
What can you tell...
Well, it is all...
You see...
I'm convinced...
Questions remain...
True.
Do you need...
Well...
Do you want me to...
Oh, no, Doc.
I see. Goodbye, Dr.
You always knew the words to calm the children, Helen. As for me,
Good evening, Mr.
I'm okay.
How
so painful?
Why did your mother have you...
My mother just wants the best.
Pembroke...
Stop me.
Is your...
That's tempt...
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me.
I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Good evening.
Tell me more.
The ambulance dropped.
What do you mean?
She managed to...
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswell.
Blundering idiot.
Good evening, Doctor.
Dr. Reed.
Corcoran, I want you to tell me about Mr. Con.
He was my patient.
What was the nature?
It was a twofold.
Who was this patient?
I don't know.
Why not?
Are you mad?
Goodbye, Dr. Tippett. It's locked, all right.
Please, Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
There is no need to apologize, Edgar. You offered me sanctuary when I had none.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in. Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? Good evening.
Always a pleasure.
A colleague?
Not anymore.
What do you mean?
No, sir.
Are you?
Why should I?
Sir.
How did you... After I left...
Do you work?
Yes.
Why?
Because the...
Why close?
It was for sanity.
I don't think so. When we first...
Funny story.
Have you heard of someone...
Pardon me. Yes, sir. I'm very What with the quarantine?
Since you're not afraid of...
No.
Do you think you would...
I don't think...
Do you...
As I said...
Quite depressed?
Yes.
So...
No.
You're a wise...
No, Doctor.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana.
Sweet girl. Reads me like a book. The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reed. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but our rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned...
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Is it true?
Now aren't you the blunt?
Excuse my impertinence, Your Lady.
In all honesty, I'm not simply a patron to the hospital.
I'll take care of it.
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others...
Continues.
The daily routine.
What?
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr.
Preposterous. Dr. Reed.
Please.
Our brave.
Harriet Jones.
Oh, better than any.
I heard there have been some despicable...
Blackmail? What?
If I didn't know better, Miss Jones, I'd be inclined to...
God's honest truth.
You seem to know more about the goings-on here.
That's it.
I assure you, madam, this is not an...
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane.
Really? Well, if you have
This is your business, Doctor, not mine.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones.
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Good evening, Nurse Hawk.
Good evening, Doctor.
What can you tell me about the strange...
Let me guess. You spoke with that old
No matter how you feel...
Who says I don't care for her?
She could have...
That old witch will end up...
What can you tell...
Let me guess.
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins. Good evening, Nurse.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff...
The people who work here all...
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake.
If I had not covered up his error,
You can't allow your...
look around you. I'm not proud of...
Why does...
If it wasn't for him...
Dr. Tippett...
If you're...
I've decided that
I'm so glad.
I hope you're right.
Dr. Tippett's...
Have you seen a strange...
I've never heard of...
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
You're sure you don't come back with me?
Nah, I have to see someone at the hospital.
Be careful. You look so bad they may keep you as a patient.
Fuck 'em. I don't like hospitals. Or doctors.
Well then, when you go back to Whitechapel, you may find this useful.
What is it?
A pass for a free medical exam by the best nurse available. Just read it.
I don't read well, but thank you, I guess.